What's up, everyone? Justin here to do a new What If show. What if the Macho Man, Randy Savage, ooh yeah, what if he never left WWF at the end of '94, just like Hulk Hogan, my first ever What If show, first ever episode of What If. Hulk Hogan never left WWF in '94. He was really gone in the summer of '93, and he never appeared again after King of the Ring. But '94 he showed up, signed with WCW. We all know what happened. And Hogan going to WCW, and Hall and Nash coming made WCW number one for a couple years. At least like 2 years, at least. So, anyways, what if Macho Man, Randy Savage, what if he never left WWF in like November '94? Vince had to announce it that Randy Savage has left and he won't be coming back, or whatever Vince said. I don't remember. About those stupid rumors about Macho Man and Stephanie, I don't believe them. They're just rumors and conspiracy theories. I don't believe that shit. I believe Macho Man's brother, Lanny Poffo, has said about those rumors of him and Stephanie. He said Macho Man is the only one that knew, and Stephanie's the only one that knew, and one of them is gone. And the other one, Stephanie's not going to talk about it, ever. And she's not ever going to admit it in an interview. And, again, I don't believe it. But if it did happen, I don't really give a fuck. That's their business. And even though she was underage, that's their business. So, but I will say about Vince holding a grudge against Randy Savage, it feels like he, for real, held a grudge against him for years and years and years. Like over a decade. Well over a decade. When he was out of wrestling after the year 2000. And in 2000, he only appeared on one WCW show. I believe it was a Thunder Battle Royal or something. Some Battle Royal, I think, with the Millionaires Club against the New Blood. And Randy said, oh, I'll take that back. That was his last appearance in WCW, and he showed up in TNA on one of their early pay-per-views. I think it was Turning Point 2004. So his last appearance in wrestling was on a TNA pay-per-view, and he couldn't do anything, really. All he did was make the cover for a 3 count, I think, and a 6-man tag. So, yeah. Why Vince? Again, I don't believe Macho Man ever slept with Stephanie, but why, Vince, did you hold a grudge against Randy for well over 10 years? You could have brought him back for the Hall of Fame in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2010. You could have brought him back before he passed. And I will say, maybe he would have came back. I think in 2010 or 2011, WWE had a game with THQ. I think it was called WWE Legends. And I think the game company, THQ or whoever made the game, actually offered Macho Man. They got him to come back and do voiceover work, I guess. I don't know. To promote the game, the WWE Legends game, Randy Savage He had gray hair, gray beard. He actually cut a promo. One of his very last promos ever. He cut a promo about the video game, WWE Legends. That promo's on YouTube, I'm sure. So, if he was working with a WWE game, and I'm sure Vince knew about it and agreed to it. But, I don't know. Randy Savage might have came back and appeared on Raw, went in the Hall of Fame if he did not pass away. He might have eventually came back. Maybe Triple H would have reached out to him and got him back. He got Bruno Sammartino back. He talked to Warrior, I believe, and got Bruno back. But I don't know. I think Savage did not like Triple H because in an interview a long time ago he called him a dinosaur. That he needed to quit wrestling or something. I don't know. So I think there was heat between Triple H and Randy Savage. But Vince, if he would have called Savage, I believe they could have talked and made up. I would hope. But we'll never know. Sadly, because Randy Savage is gone. That was heartbreaking when I heard he passed away. Very, very sad. The guy was one of the greatest of all time. So here we go, finally, with my What If show. What if Macho Man Randy Savage never left WWF in 94? So let's go with the last. Let's start off. Again, these What If shows are like What If and fantasy booking shows that I fantasy booked. So this is the last Raw before Survivor Series 94. Macho Man's on commentary. Jim Cornette is in the ring cutting a promo. The manager of Yokozuna, he's cutting a promo, brings up Randy Savage and says that dinosaur on commentary, Yokozuna would destroy him and retire him. And basically Jim Cornette is roasting Randy Savage, and Randy's getting pissed. He's getting hot about it. And for real, unless Randy was just a really good actor, he legit seemed like he would get hot in wrestling a lot. He legit seemed like he was really pissed for real, like he really wanted to kill the guy he was against. In interviews and stuff, he just really legit seemed like he wanted to kill the guy, his opponent, for real. But that's why he's one of the greatest of all time. I'm sure he was acting. He did it with Ric Flair, acted like he wanted to kill him legit for real. He acted like he wanted to kill Jake the Snake at one point, and Hogan. So he was just one of the greatest superstars, wrestlers of all time. So Randy Savage on commentary is legit pissed, wants to kill Jim Cornette and Yokozuna. He gets on the mic, he takes off the headphones of commentary desk. He throws them down. Vince is like trying to hold him back. Now let's remember, his final match in 94 was, I believe, WrestleMania 10. And then he started being a full-time commentator on Raw. And, I don't remember him wrestling another match that was televised or on a pay-per-view except WrestleMania 10, I believe, was his final match. So Vince is like trying to hold him back and saying, no, Randy, don't go in the ring, don't go in the ring, you're a commentator now. But he gets off commentary, he's outside the ring, he grabs a mic. Savage says to Jim Cornette and Yokozuna in the ring, Macho Man says to them, he says, I can beat you, Yoko. I can beat you. I know it. He says, I'm not a damn commentator. I'm not a commentator. I'm a wrestler. Yokozuna, you, me, Survivor Series. Oh, yeah. Crowd pops and goes insane. I would hope they would pop and go insane because that would have been awesome. And I will say, Survivor Series 94. Macho Man takes on Yokozuna. If he wins, he's back as a wrestler. If he loses to Yokozuna, he has to be a commentator forever. And he can never return again. Before their Survivor Series 94 match, I will mention, in real life they had a matchup on Monday Night Raw. In February 94, I believe Savage got a WWF title shot. It was pretty awesome matchup. But this is Survivor Series 94. Macho Man, Yokozuna one-on-one. If Savage wins, he's back as a full-time wrestler. If he loses, he's got to stay a commentator. Macho Man Yokozuna. Macho Man Randy Savage wins, defeats Yokozuna in an upset. Because Yoko was in his prime at Survivor Series 94. So now let's go to the Raw. In December, the first week of December, Monday Night Raw, Macho Man Randy Savage and The Undertaker. Macho Man and The Undertaker team up on Raw to take on the $1 Million Corporation, King Kong Bundy and Bam Bam Bigelow. In the main event of Raw, first week of December 94, Macho Man Taker against Bam Bam King Kong Bundy. Taker, Macho Man win. First week of the first week of January 95. Monday night, is this Raw? Yes, it is Monday Night Raw. First week of January 95, Macho Man Randy Savage taking on, again, another $1 Million Corporation member, Psycho Sid. Ted DiBiase as Psycho Sid in his corporation, January 95. The $1 Million Corporation is now in a heated feud with Randy Savage. And remember, Ted DiBiase's the manager of the $1 Million Corporation, his faction. He has a lot of history with Randy Savage in the late 80s. So Sid and Randy Savage on Raw, first week of January. If Randy Savage loses, he must be number 1 in the Royal Rumble match. Sid wins, so Randy Savage has to be number 1 in the Royal Rumble 95. Let's go to the Royal Rumble 95, the Royal Rumble matchup. Randy Savage is number 1. Who's number 2? Bret the Hitman Hart, number 2, to face off with Randy Savage. That would have been awesome. And I put Bret Hart as number 2 and Savage is number 1 because that sets up a big matchup they are going to have later in this What If show. So the Royal Rumble match, 95. The winner gets the WWF champion at WrestleMania 11. That is Diesel. So here's the final four. The final four that were in the 95 Rumble. Macho Man, Bret Hart. They were number 1 and 2. Yokozuna is one of the final four. And the fourth guy left in the Rumble would have been Razor Ramon. Razor, Yoko, Bret, Macho, the final four of the 95 Rumble. Your winner of the 1995 Royal Rumble, your winner is Macho Man Randy Savage wins. So, no he doesn't. Let me, no, I forgot what I was booking already. Yeah, Randy does not win. I messed up. I fucked up. I apologize. Randy Savage does not win the Rumble 95. Yokozuna wins it. The final four were Yoko, Razor, Bret, Macho. Yokozuna wins the 1995 Royal Rumble. So Yokozuna will challenge Diesel at WrestleMania 11 for the WWF Championship. That's the championship main event at WrestleMania. Yokozuna, Diesel. I'll throw that in there for free. Even though this What If show is not about Diesel or Yoko. But now let's go to February. The second week in February 95. Monday Night Raw. You got the Macho Man, Diesel first, makes open challenge. Has an open challenge for the WWF title. Anybody that wants a shot, come out, Diesel says. Out comes the Macho Man Randy Savage on Raw. Second week of February 95. Macho Man Randy Savage taking on Diesel. Challenging Diesel for the WWF title. Very good matchup. Main event of Raw. And Diesel wins and retains. So Diesel will face Yokozuna. It's locked in. It's happening at WrestleMania 11. Now let's go to the third week in February. The third week of February 95 Monday Night Raw. Macho Man Randy Savage in action against Jeff Jarrett. Macho Man wins. Now let's go to the Raw before WrestleMania. The Raw, it's a special Raw. It's called the March to WrestleMania. It's the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 11. So the main event is, and it is the last Monday Night Raw. It's the last Monday in March. So right before WrestleMania 11. And it's called the March to WrestleMania. It is a main event tag team dream match. It has been announced WrestleMania 11. Macho Man Randy Savage will take on Bret the Hitman Hart. So it was announced on this Raw March to WrestleMania. So now we're going to have a dream tag team main event. Bret Hart and Macho Man teaming up to take on the WWF champion, Diesel, and Shawn Michaels in a tag team dream match. And it's a double disqualification. Double disqualification. A brawl breaks out, chairs are used, and there's no winner. Now let's go to WrestleMania 11. Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Macho Man Randy Savage. It is a classic. Wrestling classic. It's a shame they never got to face off in real life at a WrestleMania. They did face off on a Saturday night's main event. And they did face off in WCW in 98 at Slamboree, but that was not good because Savage was not in his prime anymore. So here we go. Bret Hart, Macho Man. Bret Hart wins. I gotta put over Bret, even though this show is about Savage. I would have to put over Bret Hart because he was in his fucking prime. He was younger. He had to go over Randy Savage at WrestleMania 11. Bret Hart wins, defeats Randy Savage. After it, Bret shakes his hand. They hug it out. They raise each other's arms. It was awesome. It was a wrestling classic. It would have been over 20 minutes for sure. So there it is, WrestleMania 11. Bret Hart defeats the Macho Man in a WrestleMania classic that the fans will always remember. By the way, Diesel, Yokozuna at WrestleMania 11, I would have put over Diesel. Just if you wanted to know. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed my What If. What if Macho Man Randy Savage returned? Let me try to do my Macho Man impression now. Freak out, I'm back in the WWF. Ooh, yeah. So, that wasn't very good, but I don't want to make my voice all sore. If I really tried, my voice would I'd lose it if I really tried to do a Randy Savage impression. So that's something he probably would have said, like, freak out, oh yeah, dig it, I'm back in the WWF. I signed a new contract right before Survivor Series 94. What if he never left? I just fantasy booked it. What if he never left and he stayed in the WWF? Let's go all the way to after WrestleMania 11. What if he was still there? Had a big matchup at SummerSlam 95. I would have booked Macho Man Randy Savage against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Or maybe that could have been booked in 96 at SummerSlam. Stone Cold Macho Man. They could have had a really good brawl. I think the match could have been a good street fight or brawl or something like that. They did meet once in WCW on a WCW Saturday night, I think in 94 or 95. I think it was 95. Or late 94. Macho Man took on Stunning Steve Austin. So anyways, I love the Macho Man. I miss him. I wish he's still here. It sucks that he's gone. The guy, again, was one of the greatest of all fucking time to ever do it. One of the greatest WWF superstars of all time. What if he never left WWF? Well, we went to got Randy Savage in the NWO. We went to got that. Even though he didn't need to be in the NWO. They shouldn't have added him, but Savage is probably like, put me in the NWO because I don't want to be beat up by the NWO. I don't want to be buried, so put me in the damn group. They put him in it. The highlight of what he did in WCW was 95, feuding with Ric Flair. They had really good matches for the world title. In early 96, Ric Flair, Savage feuded again over the world title. They had really good matches. They had great fucking chemistry. And, yeah, his Ric Flair feud in WCW was the best stuff he did. Also his feud with DDP, putting over DDP, making Diamond Dallas Page a bigger fucking star by putting him over. And my God, DDP has said in interviews how grateful he was that Randy Savage cared about him enough and saw enough in him to put him over. Because he didn't fucking have to. He could have said, no, I'm not putting you over. He didn't have to. He was a fucking legend icon by 97. He didn't have to put over DDP and help him, but he did. Savage, when he was in WCW, even WWF, he helped a lot of wrestlers. He helped Bret Hart. He was like a mentor to the locker room in WWF. He helped Bret Hart. He helped DDP. He helped a lot of guys. He helped Ultimate Warrior. Shockingly, he got a really good match out of the Warrior at WrestleMania 7. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this What If Macho Man Randy Savage Never Left WWF in 94 show. Bye for now.